and Sushanth Pai, CFO of the company, is joining us to talk more. Sushanth, Anisha and I jokingly just talking to each other around the entire business model of technology-led helping the citizens find a good match. If you could, before I talk to you about your quarter in particular, I want to understand what are the kind of trends taking shape, particularly coming out of COVID, when there was a very big issue of companionship, loneliness, all of that. Now is there a kind of a big wave coming in? People want to really go ahead and take the help of technology and find a perfect match and pay for it too.
Yeah, hi. Thank you, and thank you for having me here, and good afternoon to everyone. Yeah, see, during COVID, what happened was, people were at home. So I guess they had a lot of time, and they understood that if you want to find a life partner, it does take time. So we saw a sudden surge in profiles in people registering. So basically, the free profiles surged quite a bit, but it didn't translate into paid revenue because I think people took slow. They were not sure of what to do in COVID. So that sort of skewness has settled now. So we are not seeing a major surge in profiles. So that is sort of settled at its whatever it is supposed to be. However, if you see the paid profiles, if you see last year, though we did grow single digit on a revenue basis, our paid profiles, almost went to close to 10 lakhs, which is close to 1 million for the year, which was a growth of more than 11%. So that's the sort of difference I see in trends. So during COVID time, the free profiles increased or surged, but after COVID, the growth, in terms of paid profiles, basically the subscriptions has shown a good double-digit growth last year.
Yeah, no, you talked about the double-digit growth in the coming year, but given the fact there was a lot of sluggishness earlier, do you expect the Q1 to be a lot better than Q4? And with respect to margin expansion as well, I believe you're talking about a 300 basis point improvement. What are the levers for that?
Yeah, so, one of the key expenses for us is marketing. There is a lot of competition intensity there. So we did increase marketing last year, right? We closed about 180 crores of marketing spend was there. Now we believe that, given all our product lines, given our strategies, our pricing strategies, everything, we have reached a particular threshold. Now, if you see Q4 on billing, the momentum came back. And as you know, there is a time lag between billing and revenue. So we believe that Q1, our revenue will be sound. And therefore, marketing expenses being stable, we believe there will be a significant improvement in profitability. And that's why we said, approximately a 300 basis point improvement in PAT margins is what we expect.
The competitive intensity. Some of your peers and some of the regional language operators, with the help of technology, are also becoming pretty aggressive. How are things there?
Yeah, see, this market is broadly three large players, right? We are the market leaders, and there are fragmented players in the regional segments. It doesn't affect it so much because, their size, their scheme of doing things is very different from ours. So it doesn't play a significant role in our growth story. But what we concentrate on, to make sure that every customer is treated differently. So we work on segments, we work on various price points. We do a lot of innovation in product. And since you brought about regional, in 22, we also established a new product line called Jodi in 9 vernacular languages. So this is the first time that a player in this segment is doing it. So we are looking at innovative measures like that. We also look at different types of communities. Like, for example, last year, we established Techie Matrimony for the software professionals. So I think our game plan is to say that we continue to be innovative. We continue to adapt to the current environment and also have an eye on the future. And competition does what it does. And, given that we want to create value, we have our own strategies in place. So to some extent, yes, the regional players have their, growth strategies. But in the overall scheme of things, since we have a large market share in India and we are the leaders in this space, I think we are in the forefront of creating value.
Also congratulate that you guys were on this subject pretty ahead of the curve. So early entrance into this space also perhaps made a difference. Of course, your market share is higher. But this, the way you are slicing and dicing the market segments like Techie Match, Are you looking, because see, the idea is that in India, some of these niches may be as large as entire countries abroad, right? Because the absolute numbers are very large. Are you looking at, slicing the segments furthermore by other subjects like doctors, for example, or even lawyers or market people, since we are more market centric? Are you looking at that?
Yeah. So, we want to do what is relevant, based on the data that we have 20 years of data and we know what works or what doesn't work, right? So we already have 300 plus communities. Where we believe that life partners want to find a match within a segment and there is a lot of traction there, that's where we focus a lot. So for example, we already have doctors matrimony because we believe that a life match is very relevant when people find a match within the doctors community, and similarly software professionals. So it's more based on what we believe the segment wants. It's not that we want to establish communities just for the sake of it. It's more on what we see as the trend, and that's how we establish these new communities.
Shant, on that note, we let you go. Appreciate you joining us. So talking about 300 basis point expansion, competition is high, but at least you're managing to maintain your market share, if not increase.